All right, loves, step inside. Welcome back to the spot where the tea stays piping, the vibes stay premium, and the commentary? Classy, but with just enough ratchet to keep it real, yeah? Go on then, grab your seat, fix your face, 'cause I'm about to break this down proper, with poise, precision, and a lil UK seasoning on top. Let's get into it, babes.
Bill Cosby got locked up because him and his wife didn't want to let the second largest oil company in the world drill under their Massachusetts home.
That line right there shook the internet. According to Dr. Umar, there's a story behind Bill Cosby's case that the mainstream media never talked about.
No white woman is waiting 40 years to tell on a rich-ass black man. Remember, at the time, Bill Cosby is what Denzel is now. You understand me? Bill Cosby was the man back then. Right. He opened up TV. He's at the top of his game. He sexually assaults you, innocent white woman, and you don't tell nobody for 40 years? Not only one of you, it's like 30 of them. And then all of a sudden, they get this epiphany. All at once, their white ancestors came and said, stand and go tell. Right. And they all came out at one time. Bill Cosby got locked up because him and his wife didn't want to let the second largest oil company in the world drill under their Massachusetts home. They wanted oil. Cosby and Camille led the crusade by the neighborhood association to not let them drill. They decided to get him arrested because they felt that they could bankrupt him through legal fees, which would force him to sell the house. They get access to the drilling.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
So, boom. Picture it. Bill Cosby. 88 years old, legally blind, posted up on a 650-acre estate with black Angus cows, a private chef, a driver, a gym, and a barn-size entertainment centre, according to the article. The court is tell Cosby Show is the money, assets or something, because, buddy, you have a bill for $59 million. And Cosby tells the court, I'm poor. The court looking confused. Babes? Poor? Where? In which universe? Because according to the judge, after reviewing his financials, his net worth is around $128 million, maybe more. This man got a mansion with leather floors, a Picasso, a Renoir, a Rembrandt, a Matisse, a Manhattan townhouse he sold for $28 million, a Pacific Palisades home worth millions, and Camille, the CFO of Try It If You Want To. But he's poor, right. Even the cows on that estate are confused. I know you're wondering who the hell he owes $59 million to. Cosby owes it to Donna Motzinger, the woman who sued him in a California civil case and won. A jury found her claims credible and awarded her $59 million in damages. This is not the woman from the old settlement. This is not Andrea Constand. This is not a recycled case. This is brand new, and the bill is very real. Yes, but that was a different woman in a different case. Years ago, Cosby settled with Andrea Constand. That settlement was confidential and separate. People mix them up because multiple accusers, multiple lawsuits, multiple settlements, multiple decades. But this $59 million? This is fresh drama, babes. Donna Motzinger's case did not settle. It went to trial. The jury said, pay up. The judge said, run the numbers. And the numbers said $59 million. Now this is where the story gets spicy. Every property, every mansion, every estate, every Picasso, every Rembrandt, all in Camille's name, not his, hers. The article confirms it. Sis moved assets like she was playing chess on expert mode. The court said, "We're taking the house." Camille said, "Which one? Because none of them belong to him." The IRS said, "We'll take the art." Camille said, "Touch it and I'll touch you." That's not a wife. That's a financial fortress with a wedding ring. Cosby claims he hasn't worked in 10 years. The article quotes him saying his net worth went down like a submarine with no motor. Netflix said, "Bet," and greenlit a reboot of A Different World, where he'll get paid as a producer. Not enough to pay $59 million, but enough to keep the lights on in the barn-sized entertainment center. Meanwhile, the public is like, "Sir, you have a Picasso. Sell it." And Cosby is like, "I can't see it, so technically it doesn't exist." "Babes," I screamed. Here's the real dilemma. Some folks say the system is trying to financially snuff him out. Not jail him, not silence him, but bankrupt him into oblivion. Others say, "Nah, this is consequences, babes. Actions meet reactions." And honestly, both sides are loud. Both sides are dramatic. Both sides swear they're right. Meanwhile, Cosby is in the corner like, "Can y'all argue quieter? I'm trying to listen to Gunsmoke." Let's break it down like a bougie auntie with a calculator. He says he's broke, but he's sitting on multi-million-dollar estates, a museum-grade art collection, a wife who moves assets like a chess grandmaster, a lifestyle that screams old money with new problems. The courts want $59 million. Cosby wants peace. Camille wants everyone to mind their business. And the cows want hay. It's a mess. A luxurious, leather-floored mess. Let's be honest. This ain't about guilt or innocence. This ain't about justice or revenge. This is about money, power, and public spectacle. America loves a comeback story, but it loves a downfall even more. And Cosby? He's stuck in the middle like, "Can I just finish my retirement in peace?" But the courts said, "No, run us our money." And the even shadiest part is, why is this case coming up now after 50 years? Ain't there a statute of limitations? Yes, babes, normally there is. But California said, "Open the gates," and created a special law that lets old sexual assault cases be filed decades later. That's why Donna Motzinger's case is brand new. The law changed, the window opened, and boom! Here we are with a $59 million bill. Folks wondering, is this snow bunny lying for a payday? Well, she did allegedly worked at the Hugh Hefner Playboy Club and allegedly was a waitress. According to Donna, Mr. Cosby was regular back in the 70s, and that's where she says the whole drugging took place. And before you'll ask, how do you get drugged as a waitress? She wasn't on the clock, according to Donna. Donna says Cosby invited her to a private hangout after her shift, handed her a drink, and boom, she blacked out. So the alleged drugging wasn't at work, it was at the after party. Yeah, I know. The whole situation looks a lil sideways, yeah? We're talking about an allegation from the 1970s popping up in 2024 because California opened a special legal window. And when you mix that with the Playboy Club era, which was already a whole circus of celebrities, power, and questionable behavior, the optics get messy real quick. So I'm not saying anybody's lying. I'm just saying the timing, the environment, and the decades-later lawsuit make people raise an eyebrow like, what's really going on here? Now, fam, I'm not saying anybody's lying. That's for the courts and the universe to figure out. But the optics? The timing? The Playboy Club era? The decades-later lawsuit because California opened a special legal window? It's giving, why now? It's giving, this whole thing feels like a plot twist nobody asked for. And when you mix fame, money, and a 50-year-old allegation, the whole situation starts looking like a Netflix documentary waiting to happen. Now let's talk about the part nobody wants to say out loud. The man was acquitted. The criminal case collapsed. The conviction was overturned. And yet the media still throws the word rapist around like it's his legal name. Meanwhile, when other folks, lighter folks, get accused, the headlines say alleged, claims, under investigation, troubled past. But when you're black, baby, they skip straight to the character assassination. And once the label sticks, it don't matter what the court says. Society already decided you're guilty. That's the part that feels like a setup. That's the part that feels like a system. That's the part that feels like they're trying to drain him dry financially, legally, and publicly. I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm saying the way he's treated looks real familiar in this country. Because when you're black, you're not seen as human first. You're seen as a headline. It irks my soul to see a black man gets accused. The world don't wait for evidence. They don't wait for a verdict. They don't wait for due process. They slap a label on him and call it a day. And even when the case gets tossed, overturned, dismissed, that label stays glued to him like gorilla glue. But let somebody else, somebody lighter, get accused. Suddenly, it's alleged, complicated, misunderstanding. Let's wait for the facts. That's the double standard. That's the part that feels like a setup. That's the part that makes people say, are they trying to snatch this man's legacy and his bank account? I'm not defending him. I'm calling out the system. Because the system been doing this to black folks since forever. Well, fam, I must say this is by far the most messy, evil, and unreal event. Because this is not just about BiLL. Camille is a victim to the circumstances, and do she not deserve to live in peace in her elder days? Let me know in the comments your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, it's your girl Renee Amir. Peace, love, and the pursuit of happiness. And that's the whole situation wrapped up neat. Polished, petty, and posh with a sprinkle of chaos in it. If you laughed, learned, or said, "Nah, no way," even once, go on and tap that like button, subscribe, and send this to someone who loves a little classy madness. All right, my darlings, stay sharp, stay safe, and stay just ratchet enough to keep life interesting. Catch you on the next one.